Okay, I wanted to get back on again real quick and try to finish out the JWK stuff before I forget about it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I don't think this will be very long. I'm hoping this will be like 30 minutes, but we'll see. So I can get a JWK that way. Um, and that would be from shared generate keys, and that should export a JWK, and let me go as a JWK. JWK export, you give it a either public key or private key. I'm only going to do the public key to export as a JWK, and you give it a key like, which generate key pair does, and then it should export a JWK. Is there a way to make a, I wonder if you can like do a JWKS off of a JWK? Because all this stuff, yeah, all this optional stuff, I wonder how much of it is populated. Because when I did it before, when I got this, or when I did this, I didn't do from key like. So it might have been much different what I ended up doing. I don't know. Let's see if I can do from key like. Maybe this? Probably not that. No, it's not there. Go back to the man. Let's see. From key like. No. It might just be because it's a new version. It's just different. It's JWK and JWKS. Is there a way to make it out of JWK? From JWKS like? JWK like? Oh, is JWK like. Create. I don't think that's it. I guess let me explain. I have a JWK, so I can, right now, this should be exporting something like this. So I should have this. I need a JWKS, which looks like this. And I don't know how to get that. Let's see. I might. Okay. Sometimes I have stuff that's like, oh wow, that's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Sometimes I have like code that I leave around. Ah, there. I bet this is it. Okay, here we go. So I want to test that out, but with these. that stuff. Okay. Whoops. We have a token. Oops. I don't necessarily want all this. Okay, yeah, I pretty much just want that. Okay. And then I'll do this, and then I'll do this. Oh. Is it upgrade? I don't know. Update. No. Well, I can also uninstall it and reinstall it. Still no? I don't know where modules are, like where they live. Just node internal modules. I don't know how to find out. Yeah, NPM NPM list. Probably gonna have a lot. Oh, not that many. I'm surprised. Jose is 4.8.3. What? Do I have them locally? Oh, I have them locally too. Oops. No, no, no. No, no, no. Not just. That didn't work. Oh, it did update it, but it wouldn't bump to the next version. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's still no. Package subpat. Oh, yeah, because now you can. Yeah. Now it doesn't want you to do those things. They're just all, they're all just Jose now. I don't think I'll be using this file much in the future, so I'm not too worried about it. And if I do, I'll probably figure out real quick what happened. like where all the other Jose things were, right? This is Jose dot. Jose dot. That's probably about it. Okay, there we go. So it gemmed it. We have a public key, we have a private key, and there's our JWK. So let's now figure out how to make a JWKS out of all that. So I'm back to where I started pretty much, just only using Jose. Because I at one point had this figured out. Apparently just using like native crypto stuff. So, which means I should probably update this code. The blog with the code, yeah. Okay. So, I'm still where I was. How do I create a JWKS out of a JWK? I wonder if he has some stuff. Verify using a JWKS, but not how to actually create one. Okay. Well, I know what it should look like, and I know what I have, so now it's, I imagine, just a matter of how do you want to construct it. So let's do public JWKS is equal to this, and I know I'll have keys, and I know that this will be an array. And let's close all this out before I forget to close it. And then we have an object in which I'm going to spread my public JWK, and then there are going to be extra things that I know I need. So I have a KTY, an N, and an E, so I have these. I need a use, a kid, an alg, and a keyops. I wonder, just from the type, from this interface, if I can just add them in. I bet I can. Let's go further into JWK, the JWK type. Thumbprint? Oh. And we have embedded. Maybe types. Are there types? We have types. We have JWK. It just has all this stuff. Yeah. What about JWKS? No, there's no JWKS? I'm kind of surprised. There's no type for that. Yeah, I mean, you can just pass it in. What does it say it exports? It returns. Oh, interesting. But this is a type? Yeah, this is a type. Keys of type JWK. I mean, that makes sense, right? Okay. So, let's see. Does it have keyops? It does have keyops. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start adding them in, and then let's public JWK dot. I need use. equals sig. Let's see if he has any particular, nope, it's just a string. KID, nope, just a string. Alg, I'm surprised that one isn't like generated already. And then keyop, so we know it's just a string. Alg, that might be, how many did I have? Why did I have that one open? Oh, because that's where I'm going to actually create it. Right, public JWK, that's what I called it? Yeah, okay. I need my config, and what is my alg is rs256, which is the same, so I'll just use that there. But over here, I want to make sure this all actually works first. So I have use KID, alg, and key ops. I don't know if that's valid JavaScript, but this will be an array with verify inside of it. Alg is rs256. KID is just some string of characters. Well, I'm not supposed to have those in there, but that's fine. Oops, I need the JKS RFC. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, the structure is unspecified. When the values are used within a JWK set, different keys within the JWK set should use distinct KID values. One example in which different keys might use the same KID value is if they have different KTY values but are considered to be equivalent alternatives by the application using them. The KID value is a case-sensitive string. Use of this member is optional. When used with JWS or JWE, the KID value is used to match a JWS or JWE KID header parameter value. So how I used it before is I just generated a string. And that was my JWKS. Or that was my KID. So, and we end up with what looks like it could be a valid JWKS. So, I'm going to take this and move it over here. Public JWK, we have use, we have the KID, we have the alg, and I need to change that because that's going to be its own thing in just a second. Import the config. Okay, this we're going to have to change. We're going to have to somehow generate some sort of token, some sort of, I can make it a GUID. I'm gonna have to sneeze. Thank you. Or excuse me. Still haven't completely woken up yet. Okay. Key ID is just a unique identifier for the key. I could probably just make it a GUID. Yeah. Or I could make it the application ID. I could make it the application ID. Mm-hmm. Or I could just make it a new one. Okay, so it gets its own token. It's using that algorithm, it's verified. It does this, and then the JWKS is what I want to save. I need to make that a string. So, stringify? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. But there's only one way to find out. What am I doing? So, for this test, I guess what I'll do is it's going to have to create the buckets, so that'll be new. And then it's going to, do I have any applications currently? I do not. So when I create an application, I'll have to test that everything works correctly. And I don't have, that's another thing I don't have, is the JWKS proxy integration endpoint. Yeah. Okay. There should be a message. This is, I don't need the reset resource. I need, where is it? Is it the application ID? Yeah. Okay. And service is going to be S3. I don't know what the path is. I don't really know what much of this is, so let's see how it's deploying. Okay, so I'm going to take DynamoDB away from the authorizer. That's good. Create new DLQ for the application created Lambda and the application deleted Lambda. Invoke function from SNS S3 read for the user's token. It's good. S3 write to the application created and deleted. And DynamoDB for application created and deleted. Why do they need it? I don't think they need it. How do they get it? Oh, I just did it to everything, didn't I? Okay, which ones use it? Not that one. Just as S3 ops. Delete user does. Email verification does. And password reset does. So they do except for these two. So I'll do something like uses so it needs those two, right? Primary table, grant full access, and add environment. I think that's what we would need. Yeah, and let's try that again. Oh no. Oh, yeah, because I didn't finish the... I didn't finish this. Oh. I need to... Okay, so I guess I need to create a folder in here for... is it this? This. JWKS.json. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to use, oh, I don't remember what it was, down here, there we go, instead of that, we're going to use that. And this is probably all wrong, but Let's just figure it out while we're at it. One second. Tell someone something. Never mind. Okay, back over here. S3. What do I want to do? Well, this is a get. It's just an API call. Hopefully I can use JSON with this. Oh, I wouldn't even need JSON. It's just a path. Perfect. Retrieves object from S3. You use get. You must have read access to the object. If you grant read access to the anonymous user, you can return. Yeah, I don't think that matters. That's with like public access. Specify the full key name. Fine. Okay. So I do a bucket. Let's see. First, is there a direct? There might already be an integration made for this. I think they had stuff like that for some of them. But it's a proxy resource. Is that what it is? So I need resource and then it's add method, I believe. Add method, integration. Oh, they have Lambda integration and mock integration. And I use AWS integration. Yeah, I don't think, unfortunately, I'll be able to, I think I have to go prop by prop. Okay. So I know that this is a get. Don't know the path yet. Service S3. I mean, is there like overview for this? Because if there's a, if it's demoing using S3, proxy routes? No, it wouldn't be that. It's just, dang it. Okay. So it's S3. The action path-based APIs. Is it a path-based API? How do I know? So there's a resource key. Yeah, I think it would just go there. So and what are the options? Can I add those in like after the fact? I think I'm able to. Request parameters. So I think that might be fine. No, I bet it has to go in path. My guess is I can't use the action. I bet I have to use the path. And in the path, I don't know if I can do Apache stuff in the path. Give it a role that can read from the bucket. One thing I know I'll want to do with this, that was not right. That was also not right. There, okay, status code. I know I'll want to pass the 404 back. We'll say that. This, so I guess that kind of works. I could leave this because it is going to be URL form encoded. I don't think there's much to actually do because I'm not doing part numbers. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm not doing version ID. I do need bucket and I do need key. So I might not need any of this. Might not need any of that. And then, actually, let me just go from here. Yeah, it's just the path. I don't know what to do for the path. I guess I could just put the, actually, yeah, that's what I probably have to do, is just put the key in here. I should have, yeah, whatever the, so I guess util.url encode. And then how do I get a parameter? Because what I'm going to have to do is construct input params. I don't know if that's what it is. Velocity. I need the key, which is going to be based on this. They can change, they just have to, you have to be wary that if you change them, you might have to change some other steps. So this is public slash jwks.json. So this would be, it's the application ID. So I need to, is it input? Context? Maybe it's context. Path, I saw path. No. I need it's a path parameter is what I need. Params. Yeah, so it must just be params. Yeah. And I also need to escape JavaScript. All right. Yeah, I could just probably copy that. So here I didn't URL encode it, which is, I don't know if that's valid or not. I think I should probably leave it. I think that's probably best. So I have the URL encode, the params, okay. And that would be the rest of my path. And then how do I get the host in there? Is it a header? It's got to be a header, right? It's got to be the host header. So, can I change that? What if I leave the path blank? I don't know if you can do that, but let's see. Surely someone's done this. Oh yeah, duh, I had this up last time. Does it really just take you here? Oh, come on. Okay, I have that done. Then I have these. There's an API method. I need the did I already do it? Path override. Okay, it is slash. All right. Resource path S3 hostname slash bucket slash key pattern. Okay. So it is slash. And then what? What do I override like? I feel like there's no way this is it. Okay, well, I think it's in here. I just have to figure out exactly what they're doing. Oh, that's to list the buckets. This is to access a bucket. This is to access an object in a bucket. Okay. Maybe this is it. Jeez. URL path parameters. Okay. Holy cow. So the bucket is the folder. Okay, so I need to figure out how to do path override and then map those in. I don't see that here. Maybe that's this. Maybe that's what this would be. I know that this has to be, it has to remain a slash. And this, maybe I need to, what is it, primary bucket dot name dot bucket, what is it called? I know I've used it. Okay. I don't know. Let's see if it even synthesizes. Nope. It's already a construct with name. Oh. Is this one? Alright, I'm going to do one of these. API gateway role is going to change to SNS API gateway role. Change it, change it, change it, change it. Cool. And then I want this to be called SNS integration role. Okay. That looks better. It makes me feel better. All right, now we're deploying some buckets. The get JWKS is what I'm very curious about, if that works. JSON. Okay. So we take, oh, that probably comes off and then gets put on, yep, there we go. It gets put on there. No DynamoDB on the authorizer lambda, DLQ stuff, invoking SNS, invoking by SNS, that's fine. S3 integration role, and the SNS integration role. The authorizer lambda, the user's token get, and the S3 integration role all read the bucket, and then application created and deleted can write to it. That looks good. Just waiting. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, it's still creating the change set. There we go. It's working. Let's see if it's created that JWKS endpoint yet. Yeah, it has. Cool, cool. Query strings email? No, that's not right. Oh, that's funny. If I redeploy, is it going to have to publish everything again? I could just put an email in there. What does it matter? Let's do that. Access denied. Method response body after transformation. It's 500. Access denied. A 403. So it did. Let's see. It is the primary bucket public. So it looks like it tried. What is a 403? I should know this, but forbidden. I don't know if that's because it doesn't exist or what, but let's try creating an application. Oh no. I think that was unexpected. I don't think I changed anything on it. Unless it was something with like the shared layer. Maybe that was it. Maybe there was something in that that messed up. Oh, yeah, I have to give it SNS. Yeah. I wonder if it did actually create it. It did create it, so there's that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the opposite. I wanted less of them, not more of them. Okay, so that's in here. Where did I give SNS? Where was that published? There we go. Oops, 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 oops. That's not what I wanted. We have application, I think it's that. And that. Applications post and applications delete. Those are the lambdas that need it. Yeah. Okay. Let's try again. And this should update the S3 stuff as well. Or sorry, the API gateway to S3 integration stuff. That's a little more clear. It's a little clearer. Oh, and it shouldn't be I mean, it's not breaking or anything, but this should not be a 202. That should just be a 200. Because if it gets the file, yeah, it should be fine. Let's see, how did this look? Oh. It looked like that part worked. Or maybe the slashes. Was there something wrong with the slashes? I thought when I tested it, it looked fine. Right, because the path is... The path parameters? Path override? See, how does that... Where was that in the CDK? Because it's supposed to be in the integration. URL path parameters? What is the request type supposed to be? Surely it'd be that, right? Be form encoded. It'd have to be. it doesn't have, it uses the host header. I'm pretty sure you can override that too. Does the API, the CDK might not like, see these HTTP headers, content name, oh, maybe that's what I have to do. Ah, okay, path. Okay. Choose one of. Okay. So I would need method request path. I can't do that in here, it'll mess up them. I have to do it back over here. So integration dot request dot path dot, let's call it bucket. Is this? And this would be, can I do, oh no, I don't want that. Map from method dot request dot. Ah. Method dot request dot path dot application ID. I understand now. Let me write this out and I'll explain it. Okay, so these request parameters, instead of using the templates, what you can do, I think, is use request parameters. So the integration request path, that's how I add in here the path parameters. So the path parameters, I'm going to have one called bucket and one called application ID. The rest of this path is static. So I'm going to inject the bucket and the application ID based on the, oops, method request path application ID, and this one is just a string. Yeah. I don't know if I probably don't need that. That's my guess as to what's happening here. The SNS, I'm gonna disallow just to cancel that so that I can deploy it with these changes. Yeah. My guess is that's what's, not necessarily what's happening, but that's something I can do. So all of that is, I don't need these request templates anymore. It's all built using the request parameters. So no templates, just parameters. And that will set the integration request path, which is this, to the bucket name and then the application ID. I think. I hope. We're going to find out. So hopefully that all made sense. Yeah. This is just giving publish to applications post and deleting an application, which is good. That's what we wanted. And then let's see if this actually works. If I need to, I can just delete this, and then bring it back later. Right, I can do something like that, and then see how it does. Oh no! Invalid parameter specified. Okay. This is invalid? Huh. That's invalid? Oh, so it needs to be in the method request setup first. Static values are in single quotes. Okay. So that means here I need to wrap this in single quotes. Okay, because that's a static value. And then this, I need to define it in the method request set. So in here, is it not there? Did I spell it wrong? Request paths. Yeah, well, how is this? explicitly given to the parameter in the method request set. The parameter needs to have been defined in the method request setup first. I mean, if there were errors, there were errors, but which one was it? Did I spell it wrong? No. Can I not do like path param? Isn't that what the tutorial did? Path is the item? Yeah, what? Method request path application ID. Kind of lost about that one. What I'm going to do is just leave that out for now. And I'm going to deploy it, make sure it deploys, and then I'll mess with it in the console. I just want something up. I guess I could do it manually, but... And I guess this way I'll see if the bucket name stuff works. Oh, I've done this before? Request parameters. Yeah, that's what about method parameters though? I don't know. trying to do a path parameter though. It doesn't seem like many people use path parameters. This guy might have had something. Looks like he got the warning for a path parameter. Oh, come on, load. So far so good over here. I guess I can just check CloudFormation too. Oh. Why is this stuck? Alright. So there's that. And my path application ID is method dot request path dot application ID. Why isn't it like that? Yeah, there we go. What? I was missing another API resource. It's supposed to be in... I don't get it. Request paths. Application ID. It's there, right? Maybe it's supposed to be like in brackets? It's the right spelling. Maybe that? No. Is there any more information in here? We just get a 400. They're using version 2, I guess. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why this doesn't want to work, but I guess that's where I am for now. So I'll keep maybe toying with it and see if I can do anything, but for now, I'm going to have to call it. So thanks for watching. We're getting there. I think once I can get this RSA key done, then I'll actually be back to site analytics. This is actually something I've wanted to do for a while, so I'm perfectly fine spending some time on it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.